Two friends, Alex and Mark. Same city, same university, same company, same salary, deposited on the same day every single month. Same starting line. But 10 years later, one of them owns his time, his choices, his future. He sleeps well. He doesn't check his bank account with fear. He has options. The other one is still counting days until payday, still one emergency away from crisis, still wondering where the last 10 years went. Same salary, same opportunities, same starting point. One difference. And today, we are going to show you exactly what that difference was. It's 10 years ago. Alex and Mark are 25. They just landed their first real jobs at the same company, same title, same desk setup, same $3,500 deposited into their accounts every month. They celebrate together. They go out for dinner. They feel like they finally made it. And they have the same thought that most 25-year-olds have when they first start earning real money. Finally, I can breathe. But here is where the story starts to quietly split. Not dramatically, not with one giant decision that changes everything in a single moment. Quietly, slowly, the way water carves a canyon, not with force, but with consistency over time. Mark looks at his new salary and thinks, I deserve to enjoy this. I've worked hard. I've earned it. So he begins to build a life that matches how he feels about himself. Alex looks at the same salary and thinks something slightly different, something almost identical on the surface, but fundamentally different underneath. Alex thinks, I have enough to start. Same salary, two different thoughts. And those two thoughts, over 10 years, build two completely different lives.
3 months in, Mark decides he needs a new car. Not a crazy car, a reasonable car. A car that a person with a real job drives. He finds one for $28,000. The dealer offers financing, $480 a month for 60 months. Mark thinks that's totally manageable. It's only $480. He drives away in a new car feeling successful, feeling like he's arrived. Alex's car breaks down the same month. He needs a car too. He finds a used one for $8,000, pays cash from his small savings. It's not impressive, it's not new, but it works, and it costs him nothing every month going forward. The difference on paper, $480 per month, that's all. But here is what that $480 actually represents over 10 years. If Mark had taken that $480 every month and invested it instead at an average return of 8%, after 10 years, he would have approximately $87,000. He didn't invest it, he drove it. Mark drove $87,000. That is not a car payment. That is the first chapter of financial freedom, traded for something that loses value the moment it leaves the lot. Alex didn't know about the $87,000 either, not consciously. He just knew he didn't want a payment, and that one instinct, multiplied over a decade, changed everything.
Year 2, both of them get a raise, $500 more per month each. Same raise, same moment, same opportunity. Mark upgrades his apartment, a little more space, a nicer neighborhood, a gym in the building. It's only $400 more per month, and he still has money left over. Life feels good. Life feels like progress. Alex keeps the same apartment, puts $400 of that raise directly into an index fund the same week it arrives, before he can think about it, before he can talk himself out of it. Year 3, another raise. Mark upgrades again. Better restaurants, weekend trips, nicer clothes, life inflation moving perfectly in sync with income inflation. The gap between what he earns and what he saves stays exactly zero. Alex keeps automating. $400, then $600, then $800 per month going straight into investments before he ever sees it. He doesn't feel rich, he doesn't look rich, his apartment is average, his car is old, his clothes are fine, but his net worth is quietly, invisibly, relentlessly growing. This is the second chapter, written not in dramatic moments, but in monthly habits repeated so many times they become invisible. Year 4. Something more subtle happens. Mark's social circle expands. New friends with new lifestyles, dinners at expensive restaurants, weekend trips, bottles at clubs. Nobody is forcing him, nobody is pressuring him directly, but the baseline of what feels normal quietly rises. He keeps up. Of course he keeps up. He earns the same as everyone around him, more or less. Except he doesn't. Not anymore. Not really. Because the people around him come from different starting points, different family support, different financial structures invisible to the naked eye. Mark is matching their lifestyle on his salary alone, and his salary alone is not enough to match and save. So he stops saving, just temporarily, just until things settle down. Things never settle down. Alex makes a different kind of social investment. He finds people who talk about money differently, not obsessively, not greedy, just honestly. People who share what they're learning, people who celebrate net worth milestones instead of just lifestyle milestones. People for whom financial growth is a normal dinner conversation. Show me your 5 closest friends, and I will show you your financial future. Not because your friends determine your income, but because they determine what feels normal to you. And normal is the most powerful force in human behavior. Mark's normal is spend and keep up. Alex's normal is grow and move forward. Same salary, different normals. And different normals over a decade produce different planets.
It's today. Both of them are 35. Let's look at Mark first. Mark earns more than he did 10 years ago. His lifestyle has grown with every raise. He lives in a nice apartment, drives a nice car, eats at good restaurants, takes vacations. From the outside, successful adult with a good life. From the inside, $0 in investments, $14,000 in credit card debt accumulated gradually over years of keeping up. Car loan still running, no emergency fund, one bad month away from real trouble. He is not unhappy. He is not a failure. He works hard and he is a good person. But he has no options. His life requires his salary to function. If the salary stops, everything stops. He is one decision away from the company, away from financial collapse. Now let's look at Alex. Alex earns almost exactly the same salary as Mark. Same company, same title. The promotions were similar. The raises were similar. But Alex has $94,000 in investments, a 6-month emergency fund, 0 consumer debt, a used car he owns outright. He doesn't feel rich. He will tell you he doesn't feel rich. But here's what he has that Mark doesn't. Options. He could leave his job tomorrow and survive for 6 months without panic. He could take a lower-paying job he actually loves. He could weather a medical emergency, a family crisis, a market downturn, without his life collapsing. Options are invisible when you have them. They are everything when you don't. Same salary, 10 years, 2 different planets. The difference was not intelligence, not luck, not privilege. It was 3 choices made quietly, repeatedly, without drama, over a decade. A car, a raise, a social circle. That's it. That's the whole story.
Here is the question this video ends with. Not for Alex, not for Mark, for you. If someone made a documentary about your financial choices over the last 10 years, which story would they find? Not which story do you wish they'd find, which story would they actually find? And more importantly, which story are you writing right now, today, this month, with the choices you're making so quietly you might not even notice them? because the choices that build financial freedom are never dramatic. They never feel important in the moment. They feel small. They feel like it's just a car payment. It's just one more dinner out. It's just this month. But 10 years is just 120 months of this month. And 120 small choices in the same direction build a completely different planet. You get to choose which planet. Start choosing.